Big Macintosh is one of the most beloved characters of MLP. His quiet but still caring personality is an awesome character concept. But there is one problem that many male characters in these kinds of shows have to deal with. As one of those in MLP, Big Mac is often an easy target if the writers want to incorporate a love story into the show. That's what happened to Big Mac multiple times over the course of the show and the IDW comics. He had little romances, or those ponies had a crush on him. Miss Cheerilee, the teacher of the young school ponies of Ponyville, Marble Pie, one of Pinkie Pie's sisters, Sugar Belle, the mare that will later become his wife, Fleetfoot, one of the Wonderbolts, T-Love, a cafe owner from Canterlot, and the most surprising one, at least for me, Princess Luna. The latter three only have a romantic interest in Big Mac in the comics, but I still think it's worth to mention them. Now, let's look a bit deeper into each of those romances and crushes. Let's start with the one that appeared in the show first. Miss Cheerilee. The episode Hearts and Hoofs Day is the first episode that has her as part of the main focus. In this episode, it gets revealed that she doesn't have a special sun pony, which makes the CMC concerned for her and brings life to the idea to get her one. After going through all of the single ponies in Ponyville, they decide that Big Macintosh is the only pony that is suited for a pony as amazing as Cheerilee. The CMC tries to get them together, but after they realize that this won't happen just because of some romantic settings, they decide that they need to take the luck of Cheerilee and Big Mac into their own hands and brew a love potion, which works and makes them hopelessly fall for each other. The CMC soon realizes they made a mistake, because neither Big Mac nor Cheerilee do their work. They spend all their time with each other and not working in school or on the apple farm. They reverse the effect of the now called love poison in the end, but during the effect they went as far as planning a marriage, so the first known relationship of Big Mac was a forced one that was used to teach the CMC that you shouldn't force some pony to love some pony else. Despite this rough start, Big Mac and Cheerilee become friends after, and are occasionally seen working around Ponyville together. So even out of this failed relationship arose a wonderful friendship, which is an amazing lesson for every pony that even if you won't be a couple, you can still be friends. Now let's move on to two of the lesser known ones, Fleetfoot and T-Love. Both of them appear in the IDW comics issue 9 and 10. I mentioned those issues in one of my other videos, but this time I want to focus on those two characters and their actions in them. Fleetfoot gets introduced in this comic through falling from the sky because of some fireworks the CMC shot, and crashes into Big Mac. She immediately is infatuated with him and imagines a story with them in the lead roles. Different scenes show them both with a pirate ship in the background. The next shows them looking lovingly into each other's eyes with a clear sky in the background. The next, Big Mac proposing to Fleetfoot, followed up with Fleetfoot trashing all of Big Mac's old stuff like comics and his joke, a newspaper issue with headlines like Fleetfoot retires, Wonderbolts disband, there's no point without the best flyer ever. But the most important one is their wedding announcement. The wedding itself is then shown with them as a happy couple, and Rarity desperately trying to catch the tossed bouquet. The last scene shows two infant ponies who look like kids of them, and them both as an old couple. So she already planned their whole life together, as she already tells us what she wants the bridesmaids to wear on the wedding. After that she follows Big Mac around on the festival that's going on, the summer wrap-up. On this, Big Mac wins a Pinkie Pie plushie, for whatever reason that was a prize there anyway, which he doesn't even want, and so just hands it off to some pony, which unsurprisingly ends up being Fleetfoot, who ends up even more infatuated. After a few other events, Big Mac buys a figurine of himself from Spike, which of course also ends up with Fleetfoot. After that, the other mare I mentioned at the start comes in, T-Love. Big Mac tries to get through a crowd when he bonks into her, and the same as Fleetfoot, is completely love-struck. And she also mentions a story with both of them in the lead role, this time spy-themed. Both of them hiding from an explosion together, them skiing together, them in a pony-drawn car followed by Rarity, who again tries to get the tossed bouquet, them kissing with a sunset in the background, followed by several spy missions. Then immediately, Fleetfoot gets jealous of the mare in her way, and they start fighting like cats. That's actually all we see of them, except for one final panel where they can be seen stalking Big Mac. One of the more known mares who had a crush on Big Mac is Marble Pie. We can see her in the episode Half-Breakers around Big Mac a lot, and they always act very shy around each other while constantly blushing. But in the end of the episode, they seem closer than friends. But this leads to nothing, and they weren't seen together until the special The Best Gift Ever, where the only important moment for this topic is the one when Marble Pie sees Big Mac and Sugar Belle kiss each other. She is crying because of that, which shows that she really had feelings for him. But in a later comic issue, we can see that she moved on in her life and is going to study abroad in Abyssinia. So even if a relationship doesn't work out, you can still move on and live your life. The next one is Princess Luna. This also happens in the comic issues 9 and 10. Princess Luna wants to enjoy herself at the festival, but needs a partner to participate in the Summer Wrap-Up Games. And she chooses the strong-looking Big Mac. They take part in a 6-legged race, in tug of war, and a pie-eating contest. Those are the ones we see, but the trophies they have indicate that they also won several other contests. They also start a scavenger hunt, but Big Mac sneaks away while it is going. But before he gets away, Luna tells him that she likes him, because he's easy to converse with. This alone wouldn't mean a lot, but in one of the last panels, Luna can be seen kissing Big Mac on a Ferris wheel. There's one other instance where one could suspect that she likes Big Mac, and that's in issue 76, where a Cosmos-controlled Luna distracts Big Mac by kissing him. But that probably doesn't mean anything, because she is, well, controlled by some creature else. But I personally love the thought of Princess Luna having a crush on Big Mac, even if it is a bit absurd. The last, most prominent, and the only real relationship of Big Macintosh is Sugar Belle. She is a mare out of Starlight's old town, who opened a bakery there. We first see them together in the episode Hard to Say Anything, where she appears to already like Big Mac from the start. But after the ideas of the CMC to get her to like Big Mac fail spectacularly, she rejects him and his competitor Featherbanks. They both damaged her shop really bad during their musical battle for her affection. But after that, he repairs what they broke and even builds a bigger display for her pastries, which gives them the final push and they become a couple. The next time we see her is in the episode The Break-Up Breakdown, where it's once again Hearts and Hoofs Day, and Big Mac wants to surprise her with a celebration on Sweet Apple Acres. What he doesn't know is that she already is in Ponyville, with the surprise for him that she will be in Ponyville often from now on, due to her apprenticeship with Mrs. Cake. Big Mac, Spike and Discord hear a few words of the conversation between Sugar Belle and Miss Cake, which they misunderstand to a point that they think she wants to break up with Big Mac. This misunderstanding only gets solved after Big Mac breaks up with her first, because Discord tells him it would hurt less than if she would do it. Sugar Belle then is about to leave Ponyville in sorrow, until Big Mac realizes his mistake and runs after her, and everything turns out fine in the end. The last important episode that has them in focus together is the episode The Big Mac Question. This episode is one of my personal favorites, in which both Sugar Belle and Big Macintosh plan a really overcomplicated marriage proposal to each other. The help of the CMC, Mrs. Cake, Discord and Spike do the opposite of helping, and in the end both of their planned proposals don't go through. But this leads to them proposing to each other in a way simpler but beautiful way, under the intertwined pear and apple tree. That pear butter and bright Macintosh planted together. That shows that you don't always need to do something fancy for your very special sun pony. You don't have to plan the most spectacular proposals you've ever seen. It's enough to show them how much you love them through little but important gestures. Big Mac and Sugar Belle are the perfect example for a long-lasting relationship. The path was long and hard, but they made it to the end, and now live happily ever after. They even have a son and live together on sweet apple acres. Big Mac is one of my favorite MLP characters, and his love life is the most explored in MLP. But you have to keep in mind that you can overdo it. MLP isn't a show that needs this romance factor, but I think it's fine to use it a bit once in a while. But what do you think? Which mare is the best fit for Big Mac? Would you call him a Casanova after hearing the stories? What do you think about including romance factors in a show like MLP? Let me know, and until next time, fellow bronies, brony fellas, and bye!